Hi everybody, it's Kathy here from Kathy Loves to Scrap, and I'm coming to you from Down Under today, and we're in the May I Scraplift You Hop on YouTube and Instagram. Today is day 7 and we are lifting the Scrappy Sisters from Oz, and as you can see that's a beautiful layout and I have copied it, and this is my take on their fantastic layout. Alright, so I started with a collection of papers because they are Easter photos that I'm going to do. It is of Ivy, our dog. She is a little treasure and we love her very much. And I have just collected a whole range of papers that I'm going to use to cut my circles out of that I need for this layout. As you can see here, this is Ivy and my daughter. Ivy is her dog. We got her through 2021 at the end of the COVID lockdown to help my daughter get through that period of time. I have laid this background onto some grey cardstock for a border because I like to always have a border on my layouts, as you all see if you watch my videos, which I hope you are doing. And I am now cutting out using my Creative Memories cutter the circles, and I won't bore you. I went through all of the papers and I cut out enough circles so that I could layer up this layout, and I do have some left, so I'll probably make a second page using them. I cut them in half. They were 4-inch circles, so the semicircles are 2-inch in depth, and I have got a whole range here, and as you can see I'm just making sure that I have them all cut up ready to be laid across the layout. Now at first I thought I would follow the lines of the paper exactly and marry them into there, but then the spacing was just not right. So you can't see it very well, but on this base paper there are faint lines running across the page as well, in between the darker lines, which it gives like a fringing effect on the paper. So I use those as a guide to make sure that I get it lined up properly. Now the Scrappy Sisters are on Instagram and on YouTube, and I'll have all of their details in the description down below, as well as the playlist for this amazing hop that Crystal Barrett has organised for May. And it's something that she does every May, and it is getting more and more popular each year, and we really appreciate the fact that all of these wonderful crafters allow us to scrap lift their amazing work. So make sure you check them out on the playlist below, and you go and visit the girls and give them some love, leave some likes. The more likes you leave us, the more that YouTube knows that you want our content to be shown. And you know, if there's anything that I do that you like, please give me a like. I'd like nothing more than to keep being visible on YouTube and giving you guys what you want to see. So I'm just about ready to finish it off, and you can see that I've now got 5 rows, and that's important because it's odd, and that made it a little bit more pleasing to the eye to look at. If I'd kept it 4, the spacing would have been okay, but I liked the fact that I was able to put in that extra row and move it down a little bit and give that odd row effect, which is very, very important when it comes to looking at things artistically. So I'm just finishing off the last of them here. As you can see over to the side, I have a stack of semicircles left, which I will use later on. So I've mounted my photos on the grey cardstock because of the grey in my daughter's shirt and the ears on poor old Ivy. She just puts up with us. She's the most placid little thing. She has been a lifesaver for my daughter. She's an emotional support dog, and she's just beautiful. She's a cross between a mini foxy and a chihuahua, and she took on all the foxy traits, thank goodness. The only chihuahua thing is when she gets really excited, she sometimes gets that little chihuahua bark, but otherwise she's more foxy, but she's as calm can be, and she's quite happy to sit and let you do things with her, so she's a very placid little girl. I'm just using foam tape here, and that foam tape is the way I lift it up off the layout to give it some depth and some details. Now, this layout, I really loved their work, the girls, the Scrappy sisters, and it was hard to choose one that I wanted to scrap lift. So there'll be many more that I no doubt will go back and scrap lift again. But this one in particular, it just caught my eye, and I love the fact that it's colourful and that I was able to layer it up. I have a whole lot of fussy cut elements that I've taken from Scrapper Sketch printables, and also I've got, as you can see, some branding strips there that I have cut down with quotes on them, and they were perfect for this layout. So you can see how by using things that you have in your stash, you're able to extend your layouts and build on from them. I always use those branding strips. They're the best thing they've ever done in putting in quotes and different patterns which add to all of your elements. And after a while you build up quite a big stash of them, but they're very, very handy, I've found them to be. Pop foam tape is definitely a favourite of mine. It allows me to build that dimension, and it allows me to add detail to my layouts. As you can see, when I do my clusters, I don't have a plan. I just add, and I keep adding, and I add more until I'm happy with the overall effect. So this is an Easter one, so I am layering in some Easter eggs just to let the viewer know that this was an Easter time, and I'm putting them across the layout like the girls do. They're not clusters as traditional, but more like a spray across the page. I'm putting in the 3 butterflies because that's the element of 3s, that's the odds. I'm just working out the best way to put them so that they are in the layout. And when I do my butterflies, I glue down the center line, and then I pop their wings up with the foam tape so that they're not flat against the page. And you can just see that they look like they're about ready to take off and fly. So it's a design element that I use and something that I like. Now, just to lift these circles off the busy background, I am not doing it to all of them, but I am faux stitching some of them. So you can see where I'm adding the faux stitching in with the black. That lifts it up just enough. And then I go in with a white gel pen, and on the orangey toned ones I use the white gel pen to give us that faux stitching. I'm going to also put in a messy line around the yellow ones with the flowers, and I'm doing a hashtag type effect to add detail. Alright, so there's the layout as you have seen it. It's like the girls. I try to pay homage to the person that I'm scrap lifting and stay true. I'm getting better at releasing the exactness. My girlfriend and best friend Diane, she laughs at me because I get cranky if the page is not exact. But I'm learning to let that go. I'm learning to know that the page is the inspiration. It doesn't have to be exact, but it is similar. I'm now adding in some paint splatters here. The paint splatters add more detail and a bit of mixed media, and I'm really hopeless at it, really. You can see, can't you? I have to clean up my photos. I covered one bit of them and still managed to get white dots everywhere. Yep, I'm not very good with the mixed media. I'm learning, I'm practicing, so you too can do that. It doesn't matter. It's meant to be messy. It is messy, but it does add that extra detail to the layout. I like playing around with the different media that's available. This one here, I've just ran out of the white Kaisercraft one, so I've just mixed up my little bottle with some white gesso and water, and that allows it to have that runny effect with the gesso, and allows me to do the paint splatters randomly onto the layout. And I must admit, I'm now getting very partial to the white splatters on a page, which I didn't get when it first became a thing. Now I actually like it. It just seems to finish. It adds another little dimension to the layout. So that's how it has all come together. I've added the little bits here and there. You can see. And I'm going to clean up my photos now because I still manage, even though I covered them, to get white dots on them. And of course, if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I just love the Nuvos. The Nuvos are my favourite. I have so many colours on them. I just love them. And I add them to my layouts just to finish them off. I don't have a lot of enamel dots, but these give the same effect. And I set up a visual triangle always with the Nuvos because I do them in clusters of 3 and I do them around the layout in odd numbers. I'm just adding in the month because journaling and telling the viewer when this photo was taken is important, and you can just see that it finishes off that layout. Sometimes I use a date stamp, other times I'll write it on there. I'm just going to add some glossy accents here to the cameras just for the lens effect. It gives a lift off the flat paper and makes it look effective and looks like a real camera. So here's my layout. You can see my clusters here. You can see the white paint splatters that are around, and you can see how effective and that whole layout has come together. That paper in the background is perfect. The girls, of course, used a plain background. I struggle with a plain cardstock background, so I go for detail. Here's the girls one. Isn't it amazing? It's just beautiful. Don't forget to go and visit them and leave them some love. And here's my take. So thanks to the Scrappy Sisters for the inspiration. I really, really like how it turned out. I hope you found something here today. Remember, we're scrapping down under, and I'm Kathy from Kathy Loves to Scrap. Give me a like. It lets Instagram and YouTube know that you love what you're seeing and that you want to see more of it. If you aren't already subscribing, please think about it. And if you are a returning subscriber, I appreciate it. Don't forget to go to Instagram, where you can find me under Kathy Loves to Scrap, where all my layouts end up, even those without videos. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Happy scrapping. Until next time.